Today we're making beef empanadas. Hey guys, I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and if you don't know what an empanada is, it's a turnover that can be either baked or fried. Now, they originated in Spain, but you can literally find empanadas all across Latin America, sweet or savory. Like in the Mexican culture, I grew up eating them my entire life. I've had pineapple empanadas, pumpkin, and then of course chicken, beef, and pork. So now I live a low carb lifestyle, so I've had to make some tweaks to the recipe. I'm gonna show you today how we're gonna make a low carb version of a beef empanada. Now for the ground beef filling, it's typically made with potatoes, so it has a little bit of onion and peppers and potatoes. Now, of course, if we're keeping it low carb, for our potato substitute, you can go with a radish. I'm going with a turnip today, but you can pretty much use any radish that you find. It does soften and really give you like that potato texture. And just to kind of keep things rolling, I've already diced most of it. We're just going to finish up this little part and then move on with our filling. Okay, so our potato substitute is diced. Now let's go ahead and move over to the stove and get our filling put together. I added a little avocado oil, and we are cooking the turnips first because it's what's gonna take the longest, you know, just like potatoes. So our turnips have been cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, I already have my onion and my peppers nice and finely diced, as you can see, UT. I just did it just to kind of, you know, keep everything rolling. And now we're just gonna throw that right into our potatoes. So everything's been cooking for about 5 minutes. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw in our beef. This is just ground beef that's grass-fed, grass-finished. Go ahead and toss that in. Okay, so we're adding in some fresh minced garlic. And then here we have paprika, cumin, and garlic powder. Mix it. And then of course we are going to salt and pepper it. Okay, so our filling is all done, and take a look at our turnips. They look just like real potatoes. So this is completely optional, but we are adding peas. Now, the trick with peas, if you don't want them to change colors, you have to add it at the end. So everything's already cooked, and now we're just gonna go ahead and add it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this a quick mix, and then we're gonna move over and make our dough. Now for our dough, we have almond flour, tapioca flour, a little lime, and some chicken seasoning. Now for the tapioca flour, I know some of you might not be familiar with it. I will leave it linked in the description below so that you know exactly what I used. Okay, we have our almond flour. We're just gonna toss in our tapioca. Okay, we're gonna add in our chicken seasoning. So we're gonna add in our hot water and a little lime juice. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that together, and this is going to form our dough. Okay, so we have a piece of parchment. We're gonna spray with some avocado oil, and I'm using a cookie scooper or ice cream scooper just to kind of keep things pretty uniform and even. So I'm using the big one for the dough. One big one, and I'm gonna fold over the parchment just to kind of help us out here. I have my rolling pin. You can use anything, a cup, a wine bottle. You could even use your, you know, just your hands, but this is going to just spread the dough out so it's nice and thin, and then you can have a bigger empanada. You don't wanna do it too thin because then it will, you know, it can break. So as you can see, it's kind of like a rectangular shape. If it turns out like a circle or a square, either way, it's gonna taste the same. It just depends on how you want them to look. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna fold this over. Now I'm using like the medium size ice cream scooper for the filling. Let's go ahead and fold it over. Okay, so just the parchment paper is gonna help you. It's gonna help you put it all together. So okay, so I'm just gonna pinch the edges, make like a little ridge, or you can even just use your fork I mean, it really just gets down to personal preference at this point. So I'm gonna place this onto my parchment paper and we're gonna finish up the rest of them. I'm gonna show you once they're all done before we get them into the oven. All right, guys, take a look at how beautiful these turned out. Now, I had the team come help. So as you can tell, some came out a little prettier than others. This one here was made by one and only. They are all gonna taste just the same. So if yours come out looking a little, you know, not so aesthetically pleasing to the eye, they're still gonna be absolutely delicious. So we're gonna get these into the oven. Just make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Now, one last touch before they go into the oven is doing the little egg wash. And what that's gonna do is give it like a nice golden brown color. I just really like it. Like when you walk into a bakery and you see like the croissants and all of that that have that gold color, it comes from an egg wash. So this here, just gonna brush, liberally brush all over. Now, if you're trying to get this shape right here, what I ended up doing was just folding it over, and with the dull side of the butter knife, I scored it. So I scored it in the middle and then right here all along the sides. And I think it came out really pretty. Okay, now these are going in for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they turn nice and golden brown. I'll show you what they look like once they're done. All right, guys, take a look at these little beauties. We've let them cool for a bit. Now, of course, we have to break one on camera and then we're gonna go in for the taste test. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. And they're dairy free. The dough has great structure, nice crust on the outside, nice and moist on the inside. I mean, wow. I can't even believe they're healthy. You know how sometimes you try something, you're like, holy moly, is this actually healthy? Like, this is delicious. Now, I didn't add cheese, but you can totally add cheese inside, different types of fillings from chicken to pork to different types of beef, even like birria. This is obviously a ground beef mixture, super quick. You can add the potatoes and all that just to kind of make more. But even if you omit them, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description below. And shout out to all you low carb lovers that are subscribed to the channel and always showing love in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video along with the channel with friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle or that you know are just trying to make healthier choices in their life. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I love you and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.